Hi everybody, this is We Fit Lover coming at you finally after how long? Like it's been eons, it feels like 50 years. I don't know what has been going on where everything just feels like it's super fast and life is fast and crazy, and I apologize for such a long time. I always say that and then never come back, and I come back and then so how's everyone doing today? It has been forever. I have a rubber banana. You ever seen one of these? Fun stuff. If you're ever stressed out, you just squeeze a banana, you're good to go, right? How you doing? Strange, but it's cool. I like it. It's stretchy. It's like Stretch Armstrong, but a banana. It's full of sand. It's pretty awesome. Where was this made? This was made in China. Cool, China. Way to go. Anyhow, I wanted to give you all an update about what's happening. So in November, I went from Weight Watchers Freestyle to my diary, which is counting macros and calories. And I did that for a long time. And now we're here today. Say 2.5 weeks ago, I just got off from a cruise. And you know, when you go on a cruise, that all of a sudden, hidden sugars, hidden things happen to be in the food, and you eat the best you can, but sometimes you get a little carried away because, well, you're on vacation and you're trying to do the best you can. And you will have to splurge sometime, right? So that's what I did. I kind of went all crazy out. Well, I ended up getting back on my sugar addiction from that boat. I don't know how, it just kind of happened because I can't do a lot of breads or cakes, so the icing looked appealing some days, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a little bite of this and a little bite of that, with those little bites kind of added up, and it was like, oh, you're back on the sugar, are you? Ooh, and your body's like, hey, what'd you do? So I got back home. I gained weight naturally. I was kind of off of my rocker when it came to counting all these things. You get home, you have all these things, you have to work, you have to clean, you have to, take care of your body, you have to wash your ass, you have to do all these things that adulting entails. And the last thing you want to do is sit and try to figure out macros, calories, all this, and I love it. I love the program. But I was getting off track big time. Like I just stopped really figuring out what I was, how much of it I was eating. I was saying, okay, well, I was eating that before, I was fine, this and that. But I really wasn't focusing on how much I was eating of it, and wasn't really looking at the sugars. I really wasn't looking at some of the other things I should have been looking at, and it's really hard to keep up with all of that. So I was up late one night. I was really frustrated about it. I looked back at Weight Watchers again, seen if anything has changed, and I thought, why don't I just make my life easier? Because I started doing research, and I'm like, oh, they're also counting macros, sugars, saturated fats and calories and carbs, fiber and sugars and proteins. And I'm like, ooh, hey, those are all the important things that I'm already counting. They're putting it in a formula of one number. So I started last week again with Weight Watchers. So this is end of week 1. So apparently, I guess I'm going to go ahead and do my first week on Weight Watchers freestyle. So here we are. I'm sorry, I should say wellness wins. Okay, I forgot. It's wellness wins now. And so I am down 2.4 pounds. And I will tell you, I did not do good as far as the point system goes. I'm going to tell you exactly what I did, because it's not pretty. Because my addiction to sugars was out of this world. I probably ate frozen yogurt 3 times this week. I did. It was a mess. To be completely honest, it was insane. So I'm going to show you what I did. I went over my weekly amount by 75 points. That's sick. Look at me go. So 75 points. And I used that day alone yesterday, I did 40 points for just yesterday. And my amounts per day is 23 dailies and 35 weeklies. That's my everyday. But I've talked to coaches, I've talked to people, and they say, yes, that's where you're supposed to be. So I will tell you this. The reason I think the program still worked, even though I went over all of those points, is because last week, I hit 54 activity points. And that I kind of look at as I ate some of my activity points. And so that's basically why I think the plan still worked for me. And that means it's encouraging because I didn't have to be 23 exact points a day, obviously, to lose weight. Yeah, so the program does work so far. So this week, what I am going to do is try to stick as close as I can to not going over the 35 points per day, or I'm sorry, 35 weeklies a week, and then also not to try to go over much of my dailies and do like basically 4 days a week is what I'm going to do with exercise. I'm just walking right now. I'm getting back in the swing of things. I was working out really good between October and December. January, I was doing all right. I started making that a consistent thing, which I'll get into in another video about what I've been doing with that. I'm also going to do what I eat in a day to kind of show you my grocery haul as well. So just stay tuned. I have a lot of stuff to share with you guys. It's been too long. I'm going to kind of help everybody out to know like where everything is going and where I'm hopefully headed, and we're just all a work in progress. So I'll tell you though that I am down from my highest weight of 202.4 back in like 2017 October to now. I am down 22 pounds and I have 47 to go, which is way better than where I was. How's everybody doing? What program are you on? What's working for you? Tell me below. I'd love to hear it. Follow me on Instagram, WeFitLover. And that's all on this video. Stay tuned for the next one. I'm just going to roll next video in, tell you what I bought for the groceries this week, and hopefully that will help you to try to see what works as far as foods on the program go, because that's something I didn't do last time I tried Weight Watchers earlier in the year of 2018. I wasn't really incorporating the kind of breads, the kind of sugar-free options that are out there, and now I'm really looking at other people's, vlogs and seeing what they're eating, and it was totally kind of off-putting of what I was eating, and it was a lot more sauces, and I wasn't watching the sugars as much. The fats were out of this window. So I'm starting to learn what is okay on the plan that's going to work into those 23 points. So that's what I'm going to work on this week. That was all over the place, but I wanted to hurry up and get it out there. So stay tuned. I'm going to try to do this every week on Thursdays, making anything I can to help us with our journeys. Yeah. All right. I hope that I will see you in the next video. Okay. Bye.